white lines in the house and ready for another reaction video. This video I'm about to react to has been brought to us by none other than a Planet Dolan. Great channel, you gotta check it out. Excellent content. Like I said, excellent work. Be sure to subscribe to him. He does excellent work, awesome stories, awesome work. Awesome top 10s. You get the point. Just be sure to subscribe. Awesome channel. Besides that, let's have fun and let's get this party started. Now, without further ado, let's go.
Planet Dolan.
From cosplaying as a character with exploding boobs to making fake social media accounts, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the most desperate things we've done to attract a crush. I'm Hellbent, and today I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by Chew Toy. The most desperate and embarrassing thing Nixiom ever did to impress a crush was cosplaying an anime character. That might not sound too bad, but it was a character from a very perverted anime called Queen's Blade, and it was a female character. Nixiom's crush had handmade the costume herself, and it was incredibly detailed. The character was sort of a slime monster that enlarged her breast at will and attacked with acid breast milk. So Nixiom went to the anime convention as a scantily clad monster girl thing with large breasts as part of the costume. Nixiom's crush dressed as the lead character from the series, and she had engineered Nixiom's costume to do a very detailed reenactment from the first episode.
What the heck? You know, to be honest, I don't mind doing something to make a girl happy. I don't mind doing something to make a female happy, but I'm just saying, I don't know if I'd be willing to dress up as a female character with enlarging breasts. Just saying. You'd really have to sell me on that one. I'm just saying. You'd have to give me a very good reason. But besides that...
To play out the scene, she leaped at Nixiom and pinned him down, stopping his acid milk attack by pressing her chest tightly to the boobs in his costume, until the breast grew from the backed up acid and exploded! She even raked the breast in the suit to expand and pop. Unfortunately, she didn't exactly think the popping boob thing through. Nixiom had to endure the entire rest of the convention with a giant hole in the suit exposing the hair on his chest instead of the character's boobs. Number 9 was submitted by Bulgarian Boy 681. When Salty Squid was about 13, there was a beautiful girl in his grade that he really liked. She was the sister of Salty Squid's best friend, so they all hung out together. He found out that his crush had a bully, so he found out where the bully lived. Salty Squid brought his friend and his crush to the bully's house, went to his front door, and peed all over it in front of them. Well, it turned out the bully's dad was home and opened the door to find Salty Squid peeing on the doorway. He said, "Get out of here, you little dickhead!" and slapped Salty Squid as hard as he could. His friend and his crush stood there watching and just laughed at him. He never actually ended up going out with her. In fact, 2 days later, they moved out of the country. Number 8 was submitted by Rainbow Blitz 17.
You must have seriously pissed off the wrong person.
One time, James Shark tried to show off his strength in front of a bunch of cheerleaders. He tried to bench press 135 pounds, even though his normal weight was only about 45 pounds. But once he got the 135-pound weight off the bar, it literally just fell on his chest, and James Shark couldn't get off. Eventually, a couple of spotters helped him get the weight off his chest, and he was sent to the nurse's office to get checked out for injuries. But as he walked out of the weight...
I have to say, that is not the smartest move in the world. I once saw a weightlifting video where a guy was trying to lift more than he could normally lift, I'm guessing, and the weight fell, and I saw his when the large long barbell landed on his chest, I could see his chest bow in. I mean, ugh. Trust me, don't try lifting more weight than you can handle. I don't care if you are trying to impress a girl.
The cheerleaders he was trying to impress actually walked up to him. He thought they were gonna laugh at him, but somehow they actually thought he was pretty cool. After that day, he made friends with them and actually started dating the lead cheerleader. Number 7 was submitted
well, at least
by
something good came out of that injury.
Discontent Prick. Princess Proton had been crushing on a guy for a long time, but had consistently been friend-zoned. So, to get his attention, she created a fake social media account and pretended to be everything he could ever want in a girl. He fell head over heels for that girl, but when she revealed who she actually was, he never spoke to her again. He even blocked her on all social media platforms and stopped taking her text. Looking back on it, she realizes she should have taken the hint and just left him alone. It wasn't worth losing a friend. Number 6 was submitted by I Pink Your Prinky. Spinal Palm tried to impress his crush by doing a backflip for her. He did it at a school dance, and he had the whole thing set up. His best friend was the DJ, so he turned off the music and everyone formed a circle around Spinal Palm and his crush. That was the moment he asked her out, and then landed the backflip right on his face. Spinal Palm broke his nose and his wrist, but she still said yes, so it pretty much worked out. Number 5 was submitted by Silent Night 487.
Well, that's nice.
In high school, Ramona had a crush on a particular emo guy, and she learned that he liked cats. Ramona was allergic, but she didn't even care. On his birthday, she showed up to school with a kitten in a box and gave it to him. She was suspended almost immediately for taking an animal to school, but that night she got a text from that boy asking her to name the kitten. She named it Lotor because she was into the original Voltron at the time. They went out for a while, and even though things didn't end up working out, he still sends her pictures of him and Lotor. Number 4 was submitted by Mr. Space Cheese. When Dolan was 12, he had a huge crush on the new girl in class. She said she liked cookies with milk, so Dolan decided to surprise her by making her cookies and milk. As soon as she drank the milk, she started choking. She asked Dolan what kind of milk it was, and he said it was regular dairy milk. She called him an idiot and then passed out. Her best friend told Dolan that she was severely lactose intolerant. He didn't really know what that was, so he asked the teacher and was devastated to find out that—
Okay, for goodness sakes, if you're going to impress a woman with anything involving food or anything, please do your research.
He had made her sick. Dolan got a week of detention and had to clean up her vomit afterwards. He never got to speak to her again. Number 3 was submitted by Gummy Productions. Snoopy was 11 when her friend offered to take her to the fair. She accepted the offer, not knowing that her friend's 13-year-old brother was coming as well. When they got there, they went on most of the rides. Eventually, they arrived at a ride that went really high in the air, then slowly back down. Neither Snoopy's friend nor her brother wanted to ride it, but Snoopy wanted to impress her friend's older brother. So she went on the ride with all smiles. As soon as it started moving, she freaked out and started to tear up. She felt like she was constantly about to fall out of the ride. For the next 4 minutes, she just focused on trying to not cry. When she got off, she found out they were both nervous for her because she stopped smiling. So her attempt to show off just ended up making them worry. Number 2 was submitted by a Grim Fate. Doopy had a crush on a guy who lived near her dad, and honestly, she still doesn't know why she liked him. He was a jerk and really hard to impress. He lived on a farm, so to impress him one day, Doopy decided to ride a horse. And not just any horse, horse, but the one horse no one could ride and had been in training for years to try to break it in. Doopy's
Well, you're about to be trampled.
dad somehow was all for this idea and even helped her get on the horse. And she did! She was riding a horse!
Wait a second, I need to hear that again.
But the one horse no one could ride and had been in training for years to try to break it in. Doopy's dad somehow was all for this idea and even helped her get on the horse.
So you helped your daughter get on an untrained horse that could easily trample her if it bucked her off. Well, I now pronounce you Father of the Year.
And she did! She was riding a horse, the evil horse that nobody could ride. Everyone was super impressed. That lasted less than a minute. Then she was on the ride of her life. The horse bucked and kicked and ran. Doopy did her best to hang on and managed to avoid being thrown off the horse. And then suddenly the horse just stopped. She stood still as Doopy hung from her like a decoration. She just stood there as everyone ran up. Doopy was too scared to move, and her dad had to remove her from the horse as she couldn't even relax her muscles enough to let go. Everyone else was impressed at how Doopy held onto the horse, but her crush just laughed at her, saying she looked like a rag doll and couldn't ride. What's the most desperate thing I've done to attract someone? Well, to put it simple, art. Now, if you know me, you know I love to draw, but I don't draw very well. But there was this gorgeous woman in this online gaming community I was in. And to top it off, she was a latex model, so you can only imagine what I was thinking. I'm still not sure what my logic was behind.
Oh, we all know what... You were probably thinking what most people are thinking when you hear that.
This, but I decided I know how to impress her. I'll trace a photograph of her. Thing is, even when it comes to tracing, there's still a level of skill that goes into that, and I kinda drew what looked like to be a human being, but the face, oh god, the face. Instead of a sexy latex model, it looked more like someone tried to build a girlfriend out of ground up ham and trash bags. But she was very polite and said the drawing looked fantastic, and that encouraged me to draw even more. Long story short, I didn't hook up with the sexy latex model, and she did everything she could to avoid me from then on. Also, those are the only drawings I've made that I've willingly deleted. I think I would have got better results with a simple, "Hey, you're cute." But the lesson here is don't draw people that you have a crush on. At best, it looks like it's psychotic and obsessive, and at worst, you draw like crap. I think I got the worst of both ends on that one. Huge thanks for the folks over on our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What's the weirdest way you made a new friend? Let us know in the Reddit page linked below and you might be featured in a future countdown. This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Well, I have to say, that was interesting and downright awesome, but I'm just saying, the things people will do to impress a female, I'm just saying, if you're gonna do that, do your research. And also, sometimes it is, well, you get the point, just do your research. I mean, some things, yes, come off as impressive, but then you run into some types of things, and it just come off to be creepy. So, best just to think before you leap. But besides that, this was awesome. This was created by none other than a Planet Dolan. Great channel. Be sure to check them out. Be sure to subscribe to them. Be sure to check out their YouTube channel. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, White Line Reactions. And have a nice day. And I hope you have a nice Wednesday and y'all take care. But I have to say, that was just plain awesome. Besides that, 1, 2, 3.